So welcome to the video Hit Like Champions. And Ray DeMarini once made a video Hit Like a God, softball God. Well, you don't have to be a softball guy when you're 75. You just got to be smart and you got to kind of know what you're doing and practice a lot. Well, these guys that you're going to see here have been playing for years, and they won a lot more world championships than Ray DeMarini. But they're not really trying to show you how to hit, but just observe their hitting, see what they do, see if there's anything that you could pick up from them. Notice that a lot of the guys do some of the same things, and but they do it in a different way. That's why I call it the art of hitting. So I hope this video is value added for you. Well, guys, let me take this moment to thank you for watching my channel. Don't forget to hit subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000 by December. We got to hit the 500 mark. It's just about a goal for us in reaching more people. If we do monetize and we are making money, it goes to my charity anyhow. This is not about money. It's about the love of the game. So I just want to thank you to watch. I had a lot of great comments this weekend at the Eastern Nationals. Come up and see me. You're a subscriber. I'll put you right on. You got something to add, a joke. I actually had an example of another type of overlap grip model, if you will, or technique. This is not a channel. First player we have here is Jim Davison, our leadoff hitter. If anybody wants to copy anybody's swing, this is probably the one you'd want to copy. This guy is always on. He don't hit it over 200 feet. He's no big home run hitter. Never hit a home run in his life. But he's always on base. He runs for everybody, plays the outfield. He is a superstar at age 75 and an all-around player. Jimmy never tries to overpower the ball, stays with himself, moves the ball around, left side, right side. He's just a phenomenal hitter, and he's putting it where he wants. He works out. He stays in shape. He's one of the best players in the game. Bruce Fairchild, likely one of the most powerful 75-year-old players in the country, with a great swing all his life. Played with Bruce for over 15, 20 years, can't forget. He's at the top of his game still. He's got more putouts and double plays as a first baseman than any player I've ever seen in my life. I don't know how many there are, but there's a lot of them. Bruce is a low-key player that hits 700, 800 all the time, sometimes 900. I seen him in Vegas so hot, he couldn't make an out. Bruce is an extremely good player and a Georgia boy all the way through. He does have some good mechanics. Well, my man Danny, you likely saw his induction into the Senior Hall of Fame, well-deserved. This guy is really unbelievable. I couldn't say enough about him. I've only known him now for like 3 years. I think I played against him a while. I won't tell a story I told when I first really recognized him. He's a great player, great attitude, and he's just unbelievable over the middle. He does have a sixth sense for being where the ball's at. It's great being a catcher and watching him make some of his plays. The infield we have is a good reason why we're winning. There's some great players. And most of these guys on this team, you understand, they're not big, huge guys. They're athletes, still doing what they did when they were in their 30s and 40s. Unbelievable. Phil Farmer, another unbelievable athlete, still doing what he did. He's the best left center fielder in the country, or one of them. I can't really say the best. It's hard when a great guy. Anybody that can run around in the outfield and play 3-4 games a day at 75, they're tremendous. This guy runs in the outfield, runs for other players. He's got really good power. He's still at the top of his game. What a competitor, my buddy Phil. Dave Clover, our world traveler. This guy's got all kinds of power. Was the big home run hitter out west. Came to Florida 5-6 years ago. Played with Team Florida and Rose Enterprises and Hollis. I forget all the team, but he's got the power, man. He can hit it. Glad he's back. Tremendous player. He's just returning from injuries. He's been hampered with injuries. He was the leading home run hitter on his team at one time. So he's coming back strong. He's got a great swing. George Chance, what a player, man. Defense, plays third, plays the outfield, and hits the ball. He's got his own style, and he's a great teammate, always positive, always there to help. He is been with Venom, I think, for 2 or 3 years, I forget. I just got to know George a little bit over the last year, and tremendous athlete. Cliff Roberts has joined us this year as a pickup player, but looks like he's going to be a member of the family. The guy came through with some big hits. His average wasn't as good as he usually hits, but he's on a new team, and he's changed a little technique, keeping his hand back a little more, and he is a good addition to the Venom team. Can run, can play defense, and is working on his hitting finesse. Now here's one special player right here, Clyde Smith. Clyde the Guide. Yeah, he's low key for sure. Doesn't say much, but he's got a lot of skill in that body. He's pitched some great games, and those of you who haven't pitched, pitching's a tough job. You may think it's easy, but you got to keep your legs going. It's tough to be a great hitter without your legs, and Clyde does it all, and he was the MVP of the tournament. I think it was an 882, I believe it was. That's not bad. And Clyde's got some big-time hits. I remember one time we were down 13 runs in the last inning. Clyde come up with a triple in the very last inning with 2 outs to win the game. Clyde's one special guy. Like I say, what a teammate. It was him and Tolles last year. Tolles moved on to the 80s. Clyde's like me, about 76. But if you wanted to, you notice that these guys all do something different. And you see Clyde's not overpowering the ball. You see what he's trying to do is keep his weight back on his back leg. He was telling me that coming up in the car. And, from the hitting videos he was watching with Teacher Man, and we're talking about loading and keeping that back. Watch him. It's pretty obvious. You see him load. You see him load. You see him loading. And when he steps like he's supposed to, puts it down, hands back, and comes around. That's perfect. And he puts it where he wants. He can put it wherever he wants. This is my main man, DC. I use him in a lot of my videos because I'm art of hitting. I say it really doesn't matter how you do things a lot of times. He does things not according to Hoyle sometimes, but he's a great hitter. He hits 800-900. I played with him in Reno years ago, and I wondered who he was. Didn't know him then. He was the MVP out there. And nothing really fantastic, but he did his job and did it well. He played shortstop. He played the outfield. He's dealing with some health issues now, but that guy's a tremendous player. Go get him, DC. This next player, Butch Hayes. I've been playing with Butch since I was about 55, and he is one of the best, and he still has the same skills he had at 55 almost. He gets hurt a lot, but he's a warrior, man. He played hurt this weekend. He's just a fantastic player with power, and his mechanics are, perfect fielding, and he's got a great follow-through swing. Knows a lot about the game. He's one of the leaders on this team. He's fantastic at what he does. He can hit him out with the big boys. Been doing it ever since I've been playing with him for 20 years. See that swing is picture perfect. Buddy here, Mike Gaynor, we've been together for, I guess, 27 years off and on. He's been injured some, but he has one of the best. He's got a perfect swing. He's a little off. He's got some problems with his knees and coming back, but he can hit it. He was the leadoff hitter for Hollis in that 18-year run or 15-year run, whatever we had, and he's a competitor. Played for FSU. Great athlete in college, great athlete, period. Championship handball, racquetball. He's a good athlete. Nice man. Now, this player I know really well. I know him since 1946. Yeah, if those of you don't know this, Ed Rose, if you're not familiar with me, but yeah, I've been on Venom now since the beginning, 7, 8 years, I forget which, but great team, great players. We all do similar things, the standard mechanics of load, stride, and swing. We do it differently, and like I say, some power the ball, some don't. I used to be a power hitter. I'm not a power hitter. I hit the ball hard. But you can't beat Mother Nature, so you got to move the ball around. My coach is always on me about hitting the opposite field and that. I get it. So you guys, I hope this can provide you some benefit watching some of the greatest players in the country, and they're doing it by base hits, not home runs, so don't get home runs in your head. Now, when you're a young guy, you want to hit home runs. Of course, I did too. I want to hit the ball as far as I can, just like when I play racquetball, and I want to hit it hard. I've asked you guys watching this if you'd give me some feedback what you think about this slow motion, and if it gave you a way to look at the different players and how they and compare them actually, and it may be a benefit to you. It certainly is for me to see in slow motion, see other players in slow motion swing. But just let me know one way or another. Thank you. The next player is Vance Goodmanson. Now, Vance just come with us like 2 years ago, he's permanent now, but that is one of the greatest players that has really developed and keeps developing. He's the most energetic 75-year-older I've ever come across. I challenge anybody other than a triathlon or one of those guys actually trained at it. This guy is a workaholic, 110%. He's just and he's been driving the ball. He takes teamwork before we take practice. I think he runs himself down, but wow, is he a player. He's driven. He's had more gap shots than anybody on the team. He doesn't hit home runs, but he hits gap shots, and that's all you need to do at 75 and over, folks. But this guy, he's a great infielder and a great guy to have on the team because he'll go 110% all the time, every time. Vance, the man. Now we have Pete Talkis, our sponsor, and he's actually a pretty good ball player. We've been together actually for 20-some years. And believe it or not, he really, he's had 2 knee replacements. I think 2 knee replacements. So he used to be a good outfielder, and he plays to win. And if he's not better than the other guy, he doesn't play. But he's a respectful hitter. Watch his swing is. I think he's been trying to patent himself after Butch, and he's got a nice level swing, and he doesn't try to overdo himself. He stays with himself, and he gets it done when he gets in there, really. But we couldn't do without you, Pete. Pete's Pete's a winner, and he's a pusher, man. You got to do your job, and that's what he expects. Get your job done and do it. He gets on you, but we can get on him too. So it's a great organization, thanks to Pete and Cliff.